found a grave where the whispers live, stories untold that it can't forgive. And every word from the dirt below told a tale I was meant to know. Whispering grave, you don't forgive. You speak the truth that men can't live. I try to leave, but the voices call, and every secret is where my soul falls. The tombstone cracked, the words turned gray, the whispers grew louder every day. Now I wander with the stories told, bound forever to the cold. Whispering grave, you don't forgive. You speak the truth that men can't live. I try to leave, but the voices call, and every secret is where my soul falls. If the wind should rise, I'll fade away. But till that time, I'm here to stay. Whispering grave, you don't forgive. You speak the truth that men can't live. I saw a man with a from his twisted tongue, felt like poison to the young. Snake eater's prayer, you don't forgive. You bless the damned who can't still live. I try to run, but the venom calls, and every scripture is where my soul falls. The flames grew high, the crowd grew wild, his eyes like death on a crying child. Now his sun burns in my head, prayers of poison for the dead. Snake eater's prayer, you don't forgive. You bless the damned who can't still live. I try to run, my soul falls. If the dawn should rise, I'll fade away. But till that night, I'm here to stay. Snake eaters pray, you don't forgive. You bless the damned who can't still live. She came to me with a smile so sweet, but I saw the fire burning at her feet. Her eyes were dark like the midnight sky. She whispered softly, come and die. Dancing with the devil's bride, I lost my soul. Her touch so cold, but it made me whole. I danced through the flames with her by my side. Dancing with the devil's bride, no place to hide. Lips were poison, but I couldn't resist. Her kiss was a lie that I couldn't dismiss. I sold my soul for the taste of her sin. Dancing with the devil, I could never win. Dancing with the devil's bride, I lost my soul. Her touch so cold, but it made me whole. I danced through the flames with her by my side. Dancing with the devil's bride, no place to hide. I hear the ravens cry in the dead of night. A call from the darkness, a voice full of fright. The wind is howling, the trees bow low, and I know the dead is about to show. Ravens cry, it chills I've seen the shadows, I've heard the calls, the ravens watching, and as my spirit falls, I know my time is up, I can't deny. Ravens cry, it tells me why. Ravens cry, it chills my bones, a warning that I'm never alone. The night is dark and the end is near. Ravens cry, it's all I fear. Ravens cry. Ravens cry. Ravens cry. They called her iron, the widow's bread, smoking barrel that dealt out dead. And every shot in the desert night left a grave in the morning light. Widowmaker song, you don't forget. You take the lives the guilty give. I try to drop you, but you still call. And every bullet is where my soul falls. The handle burned with names it knew, blood on steel where the trigger drew. Now I wonder where the cursed hand, bound forever to this land. Widowmaker song, you don't forget. You take the lives the guilty give. I try to drop you, but you still call. And every bullet is where my soul falls. If the fire should die, I'll fade away. But till that night, I'm here to stay. Widowmaker song, you don't forgive. You take the lives the guilty give. I try to drop you, but you still call. And every bullet is where my virgin steel with a dark desire. But every blade that his hands would make put a sword for the devil's sake. Blacksmith's curse, you don't forgive. You forge the death, the damned must live. I try to run, but the fire calls, and every weapon is where I fall. The village burned with his wicked hand, smoke and sorrow across the land. Now his anvil rings through the night, shaping doom in the firelight. Blacksmith's curse, you don't forgive. You forge the dead, the damned must live. I try to run, but the fire calls, and every weapon is where I fall. If the spark should die, I'll drift away. But till that time, I'm here to stay. Blacksmith's curse, you don't forget. You forge a death, the damned must live. I try to run, but the fire calls, and every weapon is where I fall. I rode a dune where the wind would scream, echoing voices of a forgotten dream. And every step in the endless sand told a story I could not understand. Lonesome dune, you don't forgive. You steal the souls that try to live. I try to find, but the sand still calls, and every grain is where my soul falls. Burned high, the night grew deep, the silence sang where the shadows sleep. Now I wonder where the wind still roar, bound forever to the desert floor. Lonesome dune, you don't forgive. the sand still calls, and every grain is where my soul falls. If the wind should change, I'll fade away. But till that night, I'm here to stay. Lonesome dude, you don't forget. You steal the souls that try to live.
I passed a tree on the desert line, rope still swinging in the dead of time, and every creak of its weathered wood spoke the names of the misunderstood. Hanging tree, you don't forgive. You keep the ghosts that never lived. I try to flee, but the branches call, and every shadow is where I fall. Gallows broke, but the spirits stay. Carved initials in the bark decay. Now I wander with a hollow chest, cursed forever, never rest. Hanging tree, you don't forgive. You keep the ghosts that never live. I try to flee, but the branches call, and every shadow is where I die, I'll drift away. But till that night.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Wild Horse Broadcast. And as we're getting ready for the Full Throttle Hangover 40 here tonight for round 2 of the Crown Cash race 5 race series going on. Right now we got about another 9 minutes left here in practice as Mitchell Brighton at the top of the leaderboard, just edging out Keith Nelson Jr. Thomas Hazard third, Jackson Bishop sitting fourth, Michael Pinnell fifth, Oliver Cordell sixth, Jeff Dillon seventh, Jack Eli eighth, Mark Fuquay sitting ninth on the speed chart right now. Trying to see where the points leader Justin Coleman sitting at here on the speed chart. Justin hasn't even turned the lap yet. Or if he's got this in the bag, doesn't want to show any tricks he's got up his sleeve. Or if he's just saying, we're going to let this one slide. That's tonight. We're going to run 40 laps here at Lime Rock. There will be no cautions besides the competitive yellow at lap 20. People can get a lap back or get some work done in their car. See Michael giving Landon a little bit of a hard time going down there in that last right-hander as they come down to the start-finish line before they come into this big right-hander here. Now, I was always told if you point towards that red barn, it'll set you up good for this left-hander, which then you'll be able to hit this right-hander very well as well. Then when you get down here this interlude, yeah, I have no idea. About 80% of the time I've screwed this up. Michael just lets it float right through there. There's the look top leaderboard. Mitchell Brighton and that number 2 Camaro there. And that right there is usually what would happen to me. There's a look at Jeff Dillon, who's 8th in the speed chart here. But 59.24, that Washington Capitals machine. As a Pens fan, that one sort of cuts a little bit deep, a little bit personal. Looking here at the points, Justin Coleman out front by 3 over Robert Ark. Mitchell Brighton third, Anthony Danta fourth. Tucker Wingo fifth. Peyton Hamlet sixth. Adam Fulford seventh. Preston Boers eighth. Tanner Tallarico ninth. And Keith Nelson Jr. 10th. Pretty much your top 5, 7 points separating them. It's starting to shape up to be a real tight points race. Anthony Danta has yet to get up to the top 3, but he's finishing top 5 all the time. Right along with Landon Dickens here. As he drives through the yard sale right there. Got 1, 2, 3 cars. Let's add another one there. All right, that's going to do it for practice. Mitchell Brighton, your fastest time with a 58.25. See if he can back that up in qualifying. All right, Mitchell's ready to come to the green. Let's see what he's got here. Looks like he's having a pretty good lap here. Top of the leaderboard. 5842. Actually, no. That's Keith Nelson Jr. that jumped up to 5842. Brighton ran a 5872. Brighton is still a good show in there. Trey doing a little bit of lawn care work there. Michael Pinnell with a hard hit there. Co-owner Matt Fuquay with a little bit of getting loose in the one there. There's Tommy coming down to the final straightaway there. Just gets off track a little bit. It's not bad. Greenleaf got the wall. Cole's just a little bit of lawn care work as well. Boy, Trey's just letting that thing walk all over there. Trey right now sitting in the 7th spot. So far, the times turned in. Nelson, Brighton, Cordell, Hamlet, Pinnell, Elvis, Ashworth, Coleman, Dylan, and Eli, your top 10. All of a sudden, Hazard jumps up to 3rd there. Bumps Eli from 10th to 11th. Baxter 12th. Neidert 13th. Gravel 14th. Fuquay 15th. Wingo 16th. Michael Neidert 17th. Not to be confused with Sean, said 13th. Robert Art 18th. Matthew Fuquay 19th right there in the 93 car. Round out your top 20. Beat James Turnbull. So far, 36 drivers have turned the lap. Doing it for Dale and America. Ethan Guptill trying to get a lap in here. Boy, he has that 3 just floating through there. All right, your lineup for the Full Throttle Hangover 40. Michael Pinnell starting on pole. Peyton Hamlin outside him, 98 machine. Oliver Gordell, Thomas Hazard make up row number 2. Row number 3, Mitchell Brighton, Keith Nelson Jr. Row number 4, Brandon Elvis, Trey Ashworth. Row number 5, Justin Coleman, your points leader. Outside him, Jeff Dillon, 52 Capitals machine. Jack Eli, Cole Baxter make up row number 6. Sean Neidhart, Brian Gravel, row number 7. Starting behind him, Mark Fuquay, Tucker Wingo, row number 8. Row number 9, Michael Neidhart, Robert Arch, Matthew Fuquay, James Turnbull, row number 10. Row 11, Ethan Guptill, Jackson McLaren, starting 22nd. Rylan Glory, Landon Crawley, row number 12. Row 13, Travis Pryor, Austin Williams, Cole Watts, JT Batston, starting row 14. Row 15, Gus Moody, David Greenleaf. Starting 31st, Chris Smith. 32nd, Charles Bennett. Justin Galileo starting 33rd. Justin Dubé, 34th. Row number 18, Jonathan Hoover, Zach Coyer, Man Urish, Max Hanley. Row number 19. Row 20, Preston Boers, Corey Olson, Austin Cart, Matt Short, started 42nd. Waylon Jenkins, Landon Dickens. Row number 22, Row 23, Cooper Ward, Jackson Bishop. Isaiah Tiller, Carter Pugh, row number 24. And row number 25, Cody Evanston and Jeremy T. Newman. As we said before, no cautions tonight besides the competitive yellow, lap number 20. As you see, Michael and Peyton there fighting for the lead. As they come out of the S's here, Michael has the inside lane there. That's going to set a little nicely going down in here to the interlude. Oh no, Mark Fuquay turned around there. Oh boy, it's becoming Travis Pryor. Greenleaf gets turned around. Right there's look at your leader, Michael Pinnell. With Peyton Hamlet right behind him, Oliver Cordell in that 47 machine. And then you have Mitchell Brighton, number 2. So we got a 4-car breakaway right there. Keith Nelson 5th. Then there's a little bit of gap back to Brandon Elvis there in that 54 machine. As he has Trey Ashworth right behind him. Your points leader, Justin Coleman, sitting 8th in that 14. Oliver got a little bit loose there. Not allowed Mitchell to get around him. Now Keith's trying to get by as well. Let's see if Mitchell has to give up a little bit of time there. No, he's good there. Saw he dropped the tire off. Wasn't sure if it was a little bit too far over or not. Michael's starting to put a gap there. You see, Coleman has a little bit of nose damage there. It's pushed up in the center. Got a little bit of scuffage going on. Same with Trey Ashworth. Jeff Dillon's car looking pretty clean there. Bates closed that gap back up on Michael for the lead. He's starting to threaten for it. As they come up through the interlude, hit this right-hander to go down the hill. As they're dealing with lap traffic there. Payton all over the back bumper now. He's faster this turn. Or I should say that section of track right there. But it seems through the interlude, Michael just sort of pulls on him a little bit. Skeet's looking to get by Mitchell here. Battle for third starting to brew. See Charles Bennett just get turned around right there in the interlude. Let's see what happens here to Cole Watts. Oh, Trey Ashworth, Jeff Dillon get a piece of that. You see Cole just got loose and light the tires up and turn right into Trey and Jeff Dillon as they're coming by. Back up front, Michael Pinnell, Peyton Hamlet, Mitchell Brighton, Keith Nelson Jr., your top four. Just freight trained away from the field here. That's fifth place. About 3 seconds back from that pack. Let's see what happened to Corey Olson here. Got in there too hot. See Cole Watts. Turn around again. Ah, you see Cole just dropped the right rear just off the track, just a hair. Enough for it to lose enough traction to spin him around. Here's another one going down the interlude. Matthew Short, that number 15 machine. Wasn't too bad there. So you got the leaders coming through. Zach Queer having a little bit of trouble through the interlude there. Peyton had a little bit of trouble there. He dropped back from second to fourth there. As you see Keith looking on the inside, Mitchell looking to go 3 wide there and turn number 1, but decided not to. Pinnell, Brighton, Nelson Jr., Hamlet, Cordell, your top 5. Justin Coleman sitting 6th right now. He's looking for a solid points night here. Tucker Wingo up 9 spots to 7th. Brandon Ellis sitting 8th. Brian Gravel up 5 spots to 9th. And round out your top 10, the 52 machine of Jeff Dillon. Oh, Michael Pinnell dropped to 4th. Mitchell Brighton to the lead. That number 2 Camaro there. Mitchell Brighton 1st, Keith Nelson Jr. 2nd, Peyton Hamlin 3rd, Michael Pinnell 4th, Oliver Cordell 5th. That's wild till you get back to Justin Coleman there. He's 8 seconds back to 5th place there. But he's got Tucker Wingo all over his bumper in that Grand National. See Keith Nelson get by Mitchell for first there. That U.S. Army 44 Camaro pulling away right now. See Mark Fuquay coming back on track there, having trouble with that interlude. So here comes the leaders by him. There goes Keith on the outside. That's Keith's put 8/10 in between him and Mitchell there in that lap. Oh, I bet Keith almost shit himself there as the 72 got real loose going into one. Isaiah Tiller almost lost in front of the leader there. Keith's just starting to slightly open up that gap even more here. So he's making it right through the interludes. We do have the competitive yellow coming up here in 3 laps. Travis Pryor, the next car to go, lap down. Keith is opening up that gap up to 1.5, 1.6 now. Over second place of Mitchell Brighton. Peyton Hamlet third. As you see, Peyton Hamlet take over second spot as he gets by Mitchell there. Here comes Mitchell challenging for that runner-up spot once more. He's able to get by Peyton, make it stick. All this is going on. Keith's out, almost out by 4 seconds. But he's unfortunately going to see that gap be erased here in a few laps. Travis Pryor, he's running there 22nd. So we're up to 23 people. Yeah, 22 cars on the lead lap right now. Looks to be about 23rd to 35th, be the 1 lap down people. Jackson Bishop, your biggest mover so far, up 31 spots, the 15th. All right, competitive yellow is out. You see Keith's going to get picked up here by the pace car. Alright, welcome back to the Full Throttle Hangover 40. Keith Nelson Jr. out front, Mitchell Brighton second, Peyton Hamlet third, Oliver Cordell fourth, Tucker Wingo fifth. Your points leader so far, Justin Coleman sitting sixth, Brian Gravel seventh, Brandon Elvis eighth, Trey Ashworth ninth, Jeff Dillon 10th. James Turnbull up 9 spots, sitting 11th. Jack Eli 12th. Thomas Hazard 13th. Jackson Bishop up 32 spots, 14th. Gus Moody 15th. Austin Williams 16th. Robert Arch 17th. Michael Pinnell, early leader, back to 18th. I bet he got tires up. See if that strategy pays off for him. I was wondering if anybody's going to go get tires. Matthew Fugway, 19th. Jackson McLaren, your top 20. Okay, risk versus reward. Michael knows he has the best tires in the field right now. He's already shown he has speed. But can he make it through all these cars in front of him, especially through this interlude right here, before they get spread out? That's a bold strategy, Caught. See how this one plays out. Alright, field's rolling down here to the restart. 20 laps to the finish here. Who's gonna take it? Keith Nelson Jr. showed that he has speed. Mitchell's been there and Peyton's been hanging top 3 all day. Right along with Michaels, there's a little bit of action right there in front of him. He's able to miss that calamity. He's got Travis Pryor there on the outside of him right now. So they're coming down here, the interlude, they touch. See Travis get a little bit loose coming out of the interlude. Michael's able to keep chugging through. He's up 19th right now. Back up front, Nelson, Brighton, Hamlet, your top 3. Tucker Wingo is up to 4th now. Oh man, commentator's curse got Tucker. He was up to 4th, now he's back to 6th. There he went off track a little bit there in the interlude. Jeff Dillon in the wall there. It's a rough one for Jeff there. Michael's up to 15th. He's got a little bit of damage on his nose, though. Looks like he's had to get physical here. Nelson, Brighton, Hamlet. For right now, it's a 2-car show between the 44 and the number 2 machine here. Mitchell isn't letting Keith get away this time. So we got 15 laps to go here. Pinnell gains another spot. He's up to 14th. He's battling Austin Williams right now for 14th and 15th. Well, it was. Something happened. Four wide going into one. It looks like Michael got pushed out a little bit into the grass, got loose, came back, and unfortunately caught Matt Fuquay. And that 93 just drove them both into the wall there. Hate to see it. Back out front, Keith Nelson has opened up a lead now over second place, Mitchell Brighton. You can just tell that car is not acting right now for Michael there. See what happened here, the 81, Justin Dubé. Yeah, he just got off a little bit. Keith Nelson Jr., Mitchell Brighton, Peyton Hamlet, your top three. Oliver Cordell and Brian Gravel rounds out your top five. If you're wondering where your points leader Justin Coleman is, he's sitting sixth right now. He's running a clean race. Yeah, you can tell Michael's car has just had enough. The strong showing tonight here at Lime Rock. It's going to do well for Keith Nelson. He's sitting 10th in the points. The Mitchell's looking to really gain some momentum too. He's sitting third, only 4 points back of Justin Coleman. So yeah, your top two looking for a good points night for tonight. Mitchell looking on the inside. Keith here, 4 to the lead as we come to 9 to go. Mitchell to the lead. Ooh, Matt locked him up getting into the interlude. Back out front. Mitchell's up 4/10 of the lead over Keith. That's all going on right in front of your leader. Mitchell's probably a little bit nervous seeing that happen in front of him, especially in that tight little area right there. Let's leader go by there. Oh, Mitchell got a penalty. Oh. Letting Keith get by. Oh, Keith is just going to run with this. Six laps to go. Can Mitchell run down Keith for the lead? Mitchell's trying to get to him. He's close 3/10 off of it. Keith able to open up that lead back up just a bit. As the 15's off course once again. 4 laps to go for Keith Nelson Jr. as he is out front by a second over Mitchell Brighton. Peyton Hamlet still runs strong in third. Oliver Cordell fourth. Brian Gravel fifth. Tucker Wingo sixth. As he has the points leader, Justin Coleman right behind him in seventh. James Turnbull eighth. Brandon Elvis in that white 54 machine ninth. And Jack Eli, the blue 81 right there. He's 10th, but Trey Ashworth is trying to challenge for a top 10 here. Three laps to go, and Mitchell's cut that lead in half. Lap traffic in front of the leader. It's allowed Mitchell to get there. Oh, Mitchell's right there at the back bumper. Mitchell's wheeling that thing. You see him sliding through the turn there. Mitchell wants this win. Oh, he's right there. Coming to 2 to go as they come down the hill here. Two to go. Keith Nelson works on the inside of some lap traffic there. He's going to have open track in front of him. He's got Mitchell on his back bumper. Coming into the interlude. They touch a little bit. Mitchell's over the back bumper there. He had to get some time up. Coming to the white flag, Keith Nelson Jr. Let's see if Mitchell can apply any pressure here. Force Keith into a rare mistake, as he's been pretty flawless all day long here today. Mitchell with a run through the bus stop. He's on the inside of him. They touch. Come to the line. Give it to Mitchell Brighton. What a run through that bus stop. Wow. Wow. Keith Nelson with a hell of a run here. Runner-up, Peyton Hamlet comes in third. Oliver Cordell fourth. Brian Gravel fifth. Tucker Wingo gets sixth. Justin Coleman seventh. James Turnbull eighth. Brandon Elvis ninth. Jack Eli 10th. Beats out Trey Ashworth in 11th. Watch this lap with Mitchell here. This is where the magic happens. He hit that interlude perfect. Able to get right on the inside. Keith there had the inside lane going downhill. Keith was able to get a nice little shot there. Tried to get him loose. Mitchell Brighton with the win. Wow, what a finish there. All right, we got third place, Peyton Hamlet in here.
What about it, man?
Peyton, you've been solid all night. You're running top three. Pretty solid race for you.
Yeah, I mean, I knew coming into this race, I pretty much had no intention to win it, but I also had no intention just to finish in the top three. So to do that was pretty cool, and on a road course too. And I got a little worried there. Oliver was fast at the end, and I was struggling, but good enough. We were good enough to hold on to a top three.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, just to have a clean race should do you good. And tonight, yeah, I was able to top three. You hit that invert. I think you started what, outside pole.
Yes, sir, and that helped a bunch. And was just trying to ride, but this racetrack is just and such a heavy car on a road course. I mean, we were just killing the left side tires. But we pushed through and got a top three, and can't ask for much more.
All right, Peyton, give a shout out to your people.
I just want to thank, as always, Curb Records, Town and Country Ford, Dobro Steel Company, Smart Upon a Gun. They helped me on the real life side of things, and I try to show my appreciation for them here. And can't think of enough.
All right, thank you, Peyton.
Thank you, sir.
Just waiting to see if they're gonna send Keith up here for an interview or what's going on here. All right, got a runner up, Keith Nelson in here.
Hey, how we doing tonight?
Doing good, Keith. You had a hell of a run going there till last lap, till pretty much last half, right? That lap, I should say.
Yeah, it was a good race. Yeah, he was just killing me through the chicane there. He was willing to straddle the sausage curbs there and take the X's. I wasn't doing that, but no, it was a good race. I'm more of a road course guy, so I was looking forward to this race all season. So I think we got another one later in this season as well. So doing all right.
Yeah, you definitely put on a great showing here tonight. Before that halfway breaker, definitely put on a gap on everybody too.
Yeah, I forgot about the invert. I was glad it was only a 6, not 10, or I think it goes up to 12. That would have been buried in the pack and made things a little more interesting. Trying to get to the front.
Yeah, especially hitting that chicane because when everybody's 2x2, yeah, it became a parking lot.
I'm watching the replay. Obviously, I didn't see a whole lot going on around me. The guys up front are all pretty quick and can hold a line. I know somewhere in the back, the guys were battling pretty hard and things were going on back there. I saved the replay. I want to check it out.
Oh yeah, definitely a watch. It's one of the first few laps, but pretty much 5-6 people just get turned right around there in the chicane and it becomes a parking lot. You guys was able to get single file before you ever got to the chicane on that first lap, so it worked out great for you guys.
Yeah, first couple laps, it was give and take. There's a couple times where I was kind of thinking about poking the nose, like nah, don't do that. It was a longer race than what I'm normally used to running. Usually it's half this distance. You really got to be more aggressive, but not the case tonight.
All right, Keith, go ahead and give a shout out to all your people, my man.
Oh, I just playing in my basement. I got a nice setup here with Fanatec equipment and stuff. I just used to run real cars back in a lifetime ago, and this scratches my itch now that I'm an older dad kind of situation. So
Okay, let me ask you this: when you started to trigger all the old stuff it used to trigger when you used to race?
not quite. There's still nothing quite like in the pits and the smells and all that stuff. Race fuel, but it's what I got for now.
See, I've noticed with the VR, I've find I can get myself locked in enough where, with the VR, I can find myself, I get locked in enough where it starts triggering certain things like chewing on the inside of my lip or something of that nature.
Oh yeah, I tried the VR, just didn't really do it for me. I've got a triple setup I like pretty well and stuff, but yeah, just still nothing quite like, you know, being strapped in and all the other senses that just don't get it for me anyway.
All right, Keith, we'll see you next week, my man. Yeah, this should definitely bump you up in the points as well. You was in top 10. So this should be definitely a good points night for you.
Yeah, I'm a rookie here in the league this season. It's like I said, I'm more a road course guy, so I was hoping to do well tonight. But you know, the ovals are competitive for sure.
All right, Keith, you have a good one, my man.
I appreciate you.
All right, that's going to wrap it up for tonight. Mitchell Brighton takes home the victory. A hell of a move there through the chicane. All right, we'll be back next Sunday night. Y'all have a good one.